Yeah. What are your thoughts about the Lifebuoy saga and then Schwartz getting his butt whooped after being framed?
Well, back in the day, that's kind of how we were punished. I never had gotten soap in my mouth, but back in the 40s and the 50s, that's kind of how kids got punished for bad behavior. Now we look at it these days, and it's kind of child abuse, putting poison inside your child's mouth. It's why, yeah, in my opinion, I'd much rather just put some gloves on and take them to a ring and box it out, maybe beat them up a little bit to show them that that behavior is not acceptable. But putting poison in a child's mouth and then you know that's how they got punished was that was the thing. That's how they did it back in the day. They didn't know any different, right? So, um, yeah.
You know what my Lifebuoy experience was growing up, and it felt
Mm.
like capital punishment. Whenever I uttered an obscenity or spoke back or
Uh,
something involving the
yeah.
mouth, it
Yeah.
was a spoonful of volcano sauce.
Wow.
Trust me, there were
Yeah.
moments where I would be taken up to the kitchen and I would be like, sauce, you know,
A mouthful of volcano sauce. Ugh.
usually Tabasco, but also volcano sauce if needed.
Well, I guess you learned your lesson um pretty good. When I was a kid, none of that happened. I just got slapped.
Oh,
Like open-handed, backhanded, and I only needed to be slapped once in my life. Like I never really got in trouble when I was a kid. I only got in trouble when I was 14 years old because I was raised in LA. It was 1982, 1983, and my father had passed away when I was a kid, and I had ran the streets and I started to ditch school because I wanted to go surfing. That was my thing. I would rather, this was seventh grade, right? So I would rather be dropped off by my mom at school and then just walk across the street and pay a quarter. And 20 minutes later, I'm at Santa Monica. I'm on the beach and I'm body surfing and I'm having a blast on the beach for 3 or 4 hours. And then I'll go to McDonald's and eat, and then I jump on a bus and I come right back to school and I get off the bus, and then there's my mom. We're ready to pick me up, and I go home and I do the homework that I picked up from my friends, and life was good for several weeks until my mom says, what's up with this report card? Why do you have so many fails? I drop you off at school every day. What's going on? And I said, Mom, why are you being such a, and that's all it took, one time. I didn't even say that she was. I was just saying that she was acting like one. And that's all it took. Whack! And never again did I disobey my mom, who put me on this planet and put clothes on my back and put food in my mouth and loved me and raised me to the best of her ability, even after her loved one passed away, and also raised two other daughters. And I have a, I guess I have a good natured heart is all I'm going to say. And so I never backtalked and or caused problems until I left the house. And then I got myself into trouble, but never to my mom. Right. So,
yeah, I see what you mean. For me, it only took 5 spoonfuls of the volcano sauce
oh, you
to,
had to go back, huh? You went back for more, huh?
yeah, yeah. And what made it interesting was for the first time, it was 30 seconds I had to hold it in my mouth. And
uh-huh.
every time I messed up, it increased as far as the time I had to hold it in. And if I
Oof.
swallowed, I had to do it over again.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
intense. That
Eventually,
is
it got
pretty
through to me, though.
intense.
Yeah. So I was going to ask, the movie premiered and you went through some hardships afterwards, especially when you talk about, school and everything. What was that about exactly?